Welcome to our scorpion pose journey. In this video, we'll explore a series of exercises designed to help you build the strength, stability, and confidence you need to master scorpion. So, grab your yoga mat and let's get started on the path to a stronger, more balanced practice. Before we start, remember that for this pose, warming up your shoulders first is very important. So make sure your shoulders are properly warmed up before you try your scorpion. Okay, now let's start with plank to down dog, an exercise to strengthen your core and warm up your body. Begin in a plank pose, your wrists directly under your shoulders, your body forming a straight line from head to heels. Take a deep breath in, engaging your core muscles, and as you exhale, shift your hips up and back. Lift your hips high while keeping your arms and legs straight in your downward dog. Press your chest towards your thighs. Your body should resemble an inverted V shape. Now shift your weight forward as you lower your hips, aligning your body into a straight line, bringing your shoulders over your wrist to return to plank pose. Continue to flow between plank and down dog, synchronizing your breath with your movements. Next, you need to practice your three-legged down dog. From a downward dog pose, lift one leg up towards the ceiling. Point your toes, keep it straight and engaged. Focus on maintaining your balance by engaging your core muscles. Keep your hips squared towards the mat, avoid any rotation in the pelvis. Take a few deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling slowly as you hold the pose. After a few breaths, slowly lower your leg. Lift the other leg and hold. Next, we have the camel pose. Start with kneeling on your mat with your knees and feet hip width apart, the tops of your feet flat on the mat. Place your hands on your lower back, fingers pointing downward, palms pressing into your lower back. Lengthen your spine, engage your core muscles, and gently lean back. Lift your chest upward and arch your back as you reach one hand at a time to grasp your heels, fingertips pointing towards your toes. Imagine you are pressing your hips forward and up towards the ceiling. Hold the pose for 20 to 30 seconds, continuing to press your hips forward and lift your chest even higher. Keep your thighs perpendicular to the floor and make sure your neck is in a comfortable neutral position. To come out of this pose, slowly release your hands from your heels. Inhale as you lift your torso upright and sit back on your heels to rest. Next up, we have our forearm plank. Make sure your elbows are in line with your shoulders, forearms parallel to each other. You can use a yoga block to help you get better shoulders alignment and stability. Frame the blocks with your thumbs and index fingers. Keep the fingers wide. It automatically aligns your hands, elbows, and shoulders. This is very helpful, especially for beginners. Engage your core muscles by drawing your navel towards your spine. Your body should form a straight line from your head to your heels. Avoid letting your hips sag or sticking your butt up in the air. Keep your gaze focused on the mat in the space between your hands, keeping your neck long and nice. Hold the plank for at least 20 to 30 seconds. Breathe steadily throughout the exercise. Next, we have the three-legged dolphin pose to strengthen our upper body and improve our balance. Keep using the block to help you with your alignment. From a forearm plank position, press your hips up towards the ceiling, creating an inverted V shape. Lift one leg up, extending it upwards towards the ceiling while keeping the other foot on the mat. Point your toes and keep your hips square to the mat, avoiding twisting. Hold the lifted leg for a few breaths. Keep pressing firmly into your forearms and engaging your core to maintain balance and stability. Gently lower the leg and repeat the pose on the other leg. We're almost there. Next, we practice the dolphin kick up. From a three-legged dolphin pose, practice kicking up one leg at a time. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed between your forearms. Shift your weight forward slightly, bringing your shoulders past your elbows before you kick up. Engage your core and use one leg to kick upwards while at the same time pressing down through your forearms. Do this exercise 10 to 15 times on one leg before switching to the other leg. As you get more familiar with your point of balance, try to kick up both legs to a vertical line and hold for at least a second and gradually lengthen the holding time. Continue practicing with the blocks until you can hold your balance longer. Keep using the yoga blocks and play with your kick-ups until eventually you will find your balance, and there you have it, the scorpion pose. Thank you so much for joining us in today's video on exercises to help you conquer the scorpion pose. We hope you found these exercises and tips valuable on your journey to mastering this challenging but rewarding yoga pose. Progress in yoga is all about consistency and patience. Don't be discouraged if you don't get it right away. Every step you take brings you closer to your goals. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more yoga and fitness content. Feel free to leave any questions or requests in the comments below and we'll be happy to help. Until next time, may your practice be filled with strength, balance, and inner peace. Namaste.